2020 has been a wild year for basically every reason imaginable. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, most of the controversies happening within the gaming world might not seem like a massive deal, but this is a gaming channel where we commentate on certain topics every day, and every day I wake up and there's a new case of someone touching someone, or someone sending unwanted dirty pics to someone else, or just some sort of madness. Now there's a lot of things I don't like or agree with. I don't like the ideas of some radicals on the left or the right side of politics and how they try to influence video games. I don't like the stupid articles that some journalists put out that are completely unfounded and basically created just for clicks. I don't like the direction of some of my favorite games. I don't like where they've gone recently. But all of those things can be debated and discussed because they are opinions and ideas. But what isn't up for debate is predatory behavior. Now I just want to say something before I go any further. I do not want to jump to anyone's defense, and I don't want to condemn anyone with this video. Like, if you've got receipts on what someone's done to you, fair enough. Now granted, not everyone is going to have receipts, but for that reason alone, I won't name any names, but I know it is definitely going on. I know this predatory behavior is 100% going on in the gaming scene, and I know this because I attend a lot of video game conventions and I attend a lot of fighting game events, or at least I used to, especially before everything went down in the world. I was going to quite a lot of events. Now some people openly admit what they've done on Twitter, which is one thing, you know, that's one thing. You can admit it if you want. It doesn't really absolve you of what you've done. Now I was reading this one post yesterday and it was from someone in the furry community, I think, and they play Super Smash Bros. Or that My Little Pony fighting game, and the girl, who is 17, is admitting to being in an active relationship with a 10-year-old and telling people that she's staying with him, well, no matter what anyone says. And to me, that's just all madness. And it's just like, you know, what happened to just playing games? Like, I actually don't get what's going on right now. And it's obviously not just people preying on underage boys or girls, it's others using their power as top players to try and get people to do things for them. And I'm just like, guys, don't you know how to speak to women or speak to guys anymore? Like, why can't people just be normal? I read one story where this dude in the Smash Bros community was touching a 14-year-old trans kid's legs in a hotel room and putting his face near their crotch. It's just like, fam, why? Just why? I'm actually dumbfounded. How can you be attracted to someone underage? How can you do that? Like, it's actually disgusting. The rate at which these spicy allegations have come out this month is actually incredible. Like, I haven't seen anything like this in the gaming community. Now I'm not saying it hasn't been going on. It's probably been going on for years, but the rate at which accusations have been coming out is insane. There's so many that I can't even keep up, and it's not just gaming, it's everywhere. We saw some comedians getting shut down recently. There's been actors getting attacked. Like, it's everywhere. Again, I ain't saying any names because these are things that unravel over time and stories change left, right and center, and I don't want to put anyone's name through the mud until these things are concrete. But seriously people, like I sat with my girlfriend last night speaking about this for like 2 hours and we just couldn't wrap our heads around it. If you guys go back and look at some of my older content, I used to be a fairly regular attendee at fighting game tournaments for Soul Calibur, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, at one point even Super Smash Bros, but that was way back in the Brawl days. And recently there has been an unholy amount of accusations and finger pointing coming out surrounding the community, and I gotta say, I'm really not surprised. Now I ain't blaming anyone outright. I'm not pointing the finger at anyone specific. I'm not saying that I know 100% someone has done something. I'm just saying that given the behavior and the way people spoke around me, I'm not really surprised in the slightest. Like, I don't get why we can't just play the games. Why is that so hard? Could you maybe use your power, your status, your influence for something good? How hard is it to not touch someone that doesn't want to be touched? How hard is it to be with someone that is in the same age group as you? How hard is it to be with someone that has granted consent? Like, Jesus Christ, I can't open Twitter or Facebook or YouTube without another allegation in my face. But also, to you people that are capitalizing on this recent controversy and these recent wave of allegations by making shit up, you guys should get the exact same prison sentence as these would-be offenders would have gotten. You can't just ruin someone's life like that and then get away with it. I am hoping that this all comes to an end at some time soon and people can go to work without being fearful or being touched by someone or just not being sent thirsty DMs. And I'm not saying that, you know, you make a comment, you say a girl's nice and that means that you're a predator. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that mistakes don't happen like that. Maybe you shouldn't message a certain girl saying, oh, you know, you look great. She might take it the wrong way. But what I am talking about is these overly extreme cases where you've gone clearly beyond a simple compliment and you've gone straight into full weirdo mode. Like, how do you think that is not a bad idea? How do you wake up in the morning and think to yourself, maybe I shouldn't message this girl a bunch of spicy content and send pictures she never asked for? How do you look at someone underage and think, yeah, that's where I want to go with my life? Instead of playing this game, you know, streaming on Twitch for all of my viewers, not doing anything weird, this is what I want to do with my time. Like, come on dude. It's not uncommon that somebody with a lot of power will have a lot of people around them. So I can't understand why you would take that power and use it on underage people or people that don't want it. Again, this video doesn't have much of a point, but I also did want to talk about cancel culture as well, because that's been crazy this year as well. Now obviously if you're caught doing any of the things I've mentioned above and there's enough evidence that you can't refute it, then yeah, 100% get rid of those people. The gaming community and society don't need people like that. But cancelling people for simply having opinions on things or stances that don't align with yours, to me, is absolutely wild. You have to consider what kind of slippery slope that is creating. I'm not even going to get into specifics, apart from one situation I'll describe in a little bit. But not all of these things are completely gaming related, it's just anything really these days. Like I've seen people come out with facts, straight facts, like indisputable 100% fact, but because feelings get hurt in the process, suddenly that's means to shut down a conversation, and these people get banned, censored, shut down, wiped clean from a platform, all for either pointing out something that is glaringly obvious, stating a fact, or having an opinion. Like I've said 100 times before though, this sort of thing always comes full circle. It might take a while, but these things always come full circle. All of these people that are banning people left, right and center and not letting conversations be had, mark my words, one day it's going to be you that they come for. It's happening right now actually. Certain people that were all about cancelling others and shutting down conversations, they're now being turned on for stepping out of line and not doing what the regime wanted, for daring to share a view as an individual. It's going to come back to bite you 100%. Maybe try to listen to others and not label them certain things before you've even heard their stance on something. I remember having a conversation with this girl about MMA, and this is a bit off topic from gaming, but I thought I'd share this story. The reason I was having the conversation with her is because I grew up doing martial arts. I've done it for a number of years and I train every day to stay in good shape. I've grown up with quite a few of my friends who are trainers, lifters, fighters, and most of us are very much invested in all things combat sports. Literally, if you open up my Instagram, my feed is just jiu-jitsu memes and people being head kicked. Like, I love that stuff. I love combat sports, so given the countless hours I've invested in it both firsthand and watching from home, I'd like to think I know a thing or two about it and why they have weight classes. So I was talking about Brock Lesnar and how even whilst he was suffering from diverticulitis, which is a serious disease that can kill people, he was still able to become the heavyweight champion of the world and beat greats like Frank Mir and Randy Couture. And she turned around and said, I bet Ronda Rousey could have taken him. Now I know, for those of you that are invested in combat sports, you're looking at the screen, raising your eyebrows and shaking your head. What kind of backward ass comment is that to say? So I simply said to her, there is not a single female athlete in the UFC or has ever competed in the UFC that I believe could beat Brock Lesnar in a one-on-one cage fight. Oh my god, the uproar. You're a misogynist, you hate women, you this, you that. And it's just like, dude, calm down. Brock Lesnar walks around at like 260 to 280 pounds. He's a Division 1 NCAA wrestling champion. He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu and he's freakishly strong even for someone his size. Now he's 4 times the size of even the biggest women that have ever competed in the UFC. Why does that suddenly make me sexist? Now just bear in mind, this girl didn't know jack shit about combat sports, and I'm fairly certain the only 2 names she knew at the time, I don't know if she's expanded her knowledge, but the only 2 names that she knew was Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey, like most people, and suddenly everyone's on her side and I'm the bad guy. Now obviously I wasn't cancelled for this because it is common sense and she was just being incredibly idiotic to get attention, but something like that can 100% spiral out of control and you can find yourself in deep waters. You might be sitting there thinking, that's a silly example. It's really not. I was having another conversation, which I'm not even going to bring up on this channel because it's going to spiral into something completely different. But to you it might not be silly, but to someone else they might take it extremely seriously, and suddenly you've got a mob on your ass. You've got your Twitter just being bombarded by these people that don't know what they're talking about, and suddenly you're cancelled. As I said, I don't think that directly relates to video games, the whole UFC argument, but the cancelling part or saying something they don't agree with does. I guess what I'm trying to say is, can everyone just chill out? Just play the damn video game. Stop touching people you're not supposed to. Stop speaking to people that are out of your age range. Stop bandwagoning and accusing people of things they never did, and stop cancelling people the moment they say something you don't agree with. The scene is going to fall apart. It's going to fall into itself. The entire gaming scene is going to collapse inwards if this nonsense keeps up. I'm talking to the predators. I'm talking to the perpetrators of cancel culture. I'm talking to all of you. It's making us all look bad. On my WhatsApp group, like, this is how bad it's gotten. On my WhatsApp group, I'm like a part of 10 different gaming group chats, and it's making me wonder now, who in this chat is a predator? Who in this chat is going to take something out of context and try to cancel someone? How many of these people are up to no good? How many of these people have nefarious intentions? I don't want to be thinking that stuff. I don't want to be suspicious whenever I'm at an event. I don't want to think that I can't go to an event and take my girlfriend. I don't want to leave her at an event and some predator starts like trying to get her attention. I don't want to be at an event and feel funny about who I'm standing next to. I just want to be able to play the games. I want to be able to have open dialogue about the differences and opinions, and let's just keep our hands to ourselves. Unless given permission otherwise, otherwise, and even then actually just don't touch anyone at an event. It's not worth it. Don't message people underage. Don't speak to some next man's girlfriend. Like, just don't do these stupid things. It's gotten so far away from video games and it's gone into this whole other discussion about these nasty things that people are doing. Now, I know there's no real news stories today, but this I had to cover because this is a wider problem affecting the gaming community, and it's been going on for like basically this whole month. Now, I wasn't able to cover every single individual story. There's just too many, and I was playing The Last of Us at the time, so I could get the review out to you guys, which then took a little while to edit, so you can go and watch that now if you haven't. But I thought I'd give my general feelings on this whole cancel culture predatory thing going on, because literally the tweets are flying in. Even as I speak, there's more coming out. It's non-stop. People that are accusing people that haven't done anything, people that are accusing people that have done things, people that are getting cancelled for simply having opinions. But what do you guys think? Like, this whole situation is mad to me, but I'd like to know what you think, so let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully we can get back to playing video games and disagreeing on ideas and finding the middle ground. But thanks for watching, guys. Take good care of yourselves. Peace.